I saw a quote recently that made me chuckle. It said, "Feelings are like children. You don't want them driving the car, but you shouldn't stuff them in the trunk either." So why do we laugh when we hear something like this? Because we know we've all been there, and it is a mess when it happens, but it happens. You know those days when you wake up and you've got half a dozen tabs open in your head already, and it just gets worse through the day and the week, and you find yourself with your heart racing, tight stomach, struggling to breathe, you can't focus, you keep forgetting things, you've lost your patience, your tolerance, your sense of humor. Well, that is your nervous system in overdrive. And when your nervous system's in overdrive, you're tired but wired. Everything is just too loud, too much, too fast. The good news is there are quick, effective ways to reboot and reset. I'm Dr. Kalinda Lindard, clinical psychologist, and in this video, I'm going to explain why we get into the overwhelm, the overdrive, and feeling out of control, and then what are my top 3 tips to reset this fast. So the secret is in self-regulation, which is basically your emotional reset button. And this is a skill where you notice when you're spiraling or snapping, and then you start to apply the techniques to get yourself back to an even baseline. Now, you don't have to stuff your feelings down or in the trunk, but you're going to be working with your body and your brain. And remember that when you're regulated, your system shifts into what we call the calm circuit. You feel settled, steady, more like yourself again, and then you can come up with a plan to sort out all these open tabs. And the best part is that it's a trainable skill, so anyone can learn it. So let's get straight in. Number 1, name it to tame it. Now that sounds quite simple, but it's surprisingly powerful. So when you're feeling something big, anxiety, anger, overwhelm, try saying it out loud or in your head. I'm feeling tense. I'm noticing quite a lot of anxiety in here. There's a lot of frustration in me right now. So what you're doing is you're shifting your brain out of the fight or flight, and you're turning on your language and your logic circuit. And this is often the fastest way to take the intensity down a notch. Number 2, 2-point touch. So this one is where you use your body to signal your brain we're safe. And this is what you do. Put one hand on your chest, the other one on your stomach. Take a slow, deep breath. Feel the warmth of your hands, the gentle pressure of your hands on your body. Feel your breath move slowly in and out. Now this works because it activates your body's natural calming response, and it's grounding you in the here and now. And what it's doing physiologically is it's gently stimulating your vagus nerve, and that helps the whole system to power down. And it's fairly subtle. You could be sitting with your hand maybe in the vicinity of your chest, or maybe your hands are on your stomach. You could do this during a call, maybe one of the hands there in the car, lying in bed when your thoughts won't calm down. And it's like giving your nervous system a hug from the inside. Okay, number 3, change the channel. So when your mind is stuck in the worry loop, or it's spiraling into worst case, or all these tabs that are open and you need to address, you can stop right there. You don't need to win the argument. You just need to switch stations. Think about if you were listening to the radio and a song came on that you really didn't like. You wouldn't request that that song keep replaying, would you? Change the station, I hope. So you can try one of these. Count backwards from 100 in 7s, 8s, or 9s. Try it now. 100 minus 7, minus 7, minus 7. Or you can spell a word backwards in your head. catastrophe. Try spelling that backwards. E. Okay, so that's mental gymnastics. Do the opposite of what your nervous system wants. So if you want to isolate, send a message to connect. If you're frozen, move your body. Get up, go to the toilet, make tea. Or you can use your senses to create a mental movie. Imagine a really calm place and in vivid detail. Colors, the sounds, the smells. Now, all of these work because they're tasks that are using your working memory. And so there's less mental space for the overdrive thought. And this is also interrupting the stress cycle. And then that helps your body to be able to reset. Now, you may have noticed that we're not fighting with the negative thoughts or feelings. And that's because you can't think your way out of overwhelm. When your system's flooded, the part of your brain that handles your logic and your decision-making, the prefrontal cortex, goes offline. Meanwhile, the amygdala, right in the middle of the brain, your built-in fight or flight alarm, starts running the show. So it's like when your phone or your computer's frozen. Sometimes you just need to shut it down and restart, and then you can start the troubleshoot. And this is basically how self-regulation works. It helps you hit pause, you settle your system, and then you get to choose to troubleshoot. How do I want to respond? And that's before the meltdown or the shutdown or the overreaction can take over. So let's wrap up. You don't have to stay trapped in override emergency mode. And you don't have to be perfectly calm all the time either. Unlikely, isn't it? The good news is it's more about recognizing when you're not in charge and then having the tools to get yourself back to the calm, getting back to zero. So remember, name it to tame it, label what's going on to reduce the reactivity, 2-point touch, using your body to feel grounded and safe, change the channel, shift your mental focus to interrupt that spiral. And this is how you get the kids safely into the back seat of the car. If this helped you, please hit like, please share with someone you think could do with a breather, and subscribe for more practical psychology tips and tricks.